tricks, hacks, whatever you want to call them. You just want to cosplay already. What's up, fandom goers? I have been a cosplayer for 7 years, so I'm going to rank cosplay tips to show you which ones I use most often to most least often, based on how often I use them. There we go. I think the categories that I'm going to have for today are going to be often, not as often, and then least often. Oh my god. The first tip that I found was closet cosplaying, or cosplaying using an item for your closet. I actually use this pretty often. A lot of cosplays call for white dress shirts for some reason. Invest in a good white dress shirt if you're about to cosplay. So cosplaying closet style, I'm gonna put that at often. Yeah, often. Tip number 2 is stay away from Halloween wigs. I preach this all the time. Halloween wigs just are awful. You can use Amazon wigs from eBay. You can use your regular hair, or you can buy a cosplay wig from Arda or Epic Cosplay Wigs. I'm going to put this tip number 2, Halloween wig one, about at often as well, because I never use Halloween wigs. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, this one isn't a Halloween wig. She kind of shiny. She kind of shiny and she kind of, but
still not a Halloween wig.
Halloween wigs non-using goes to often. Or most often. Did I have it as most often or often? Most often, often, least often. Yeah. Yeah? Tip number 3 is always wear makeup. This one again is going to most often. I always wear makeup when I cosplay. I personally don't feel like my cosplay is complete if I do not have makeup on. I feel like it just collectivizes the look. I just look better. I just feel like I look better when I have makeup because it makes it more, I don't want to say unreal, because that's like calling people who wear makeup fake. Oh geez. Moving past that, I just like wearing makeup for my cosplays because I think that I look the best in my cosplays when I'm wearing makeup. The next tip number 4, I believe. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Tip number 4 is don't compare yourself to other cosplayers. Okay, here's the thing. I think this is great advice. I think it's great advice. I really do. But also, I got where I am and got good at makeup because I did compare my makeup to other people. To other people's makeup. So I'm gonna put this tip at often. You should always compare yourself to your last project, but occasionally I think it's good to compare yourself to people that you idolize so that you can kind of figure out things that they're doing that you might also want to be doing, or just general good tips. Because if I just compared myself to the last cosplay I did every single time, probably wouldn't change as quickly as I have over the years. I hope that made sense. This one, you can fight me on this one in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion on it. Iron or steam your cosplays. I think this is a great tip, but I'm gonna have to put it not at most often, but at often, because I just don't do it. It's a great tip, but I just don't do it that often. I didn't steam or iron this cosplay before I put it on. I likely wouldn't if I was cosplaying at home, but I do when I go out to conventions, because even hotel rooms tend to have irons where you can just quickly iron your cosplay before you go out, and it looks so much nicer when you do that because all of the teeny little wrinkles and folds, like this fold right here, like this fold right here, would be gone. You wouldn't be able to see it because the heat has taken it all out. So yeah, I do think that this is a great tip, I just don't use it. Tip number 6 for your cosplays is to put on some type of fragrance, either perfume or a cologne. Again, I'm going to put this at often because I only do it at conventions. If I did it, there is another place that I would do this. I just haven't gotten the opportunity yet, or made the opportunity for myself. Photo shoots. If I had scheduled a photo shoot just on a random day with a photographer, I would put on some type of fragrance. I just feel better when I have a fragrance on, and I feel like it's fun to pick which fragrance you feel matches the character best. I don't know how many fragrances the average person have, but I have 4. So I get to choose between the 4 of which fragrance I feel like would fit Zenitsu or whatever. So I think it's just fun, and it's just cool to smell nice. It's cool to smell nice. Tip number 7 is secure your wig. Whether you're securing your wig with bobby pins or tape or even eyelash glue, you can take eyelash glue like on your forehead and then press the wig piece down until it sticks to your head, and then you just kind of have to rip it off at the end of the day. I've done that before. So I'm going to put secure your wig at most often, I'd say. It's an in-between area between often and most often, I'd say. But I at least use one form of it every time. For conventions, I'll go all out. I'll use bobby pins, wig glue, and wig tape. Today I just have wig tape. I don't know if you can see it, but that right there is wig tape, a clear double-sided tape. If you look up on Amazon wig tape, it should pop up. It's in a little roll. I don't have it with me, so I can't show the camera, but I have them on both sides so that these side pieces stay down so you can actually see my ears poke out a bit, because I like that look for Zenitsu. Tip number 8 is have a prop. I think this is a great tip. It's cool, it's whatever. I will not be doing this tip. I'm not a prop person. I make props here and there, but I prefer to wear them. I just don't like having props that are not wearable. So swords and staffs and guns and stuff, I prefer not to have. So I just don't make them. So I'm gonna put this at least often. So least often for tip number 8. I'm just gonna go ahead and number the rest of the tips so that I stop forgetting which number I'm on. Almost done. Probably look ridiculous at this angle and getting tech neck, as my mom would say. Mom, I promise that my neck doesn't hurt. It's actually my back that hurts. Maybe you could fix it. My mom's a physical therapist, by the way. I'm not just saying this because I'm like,
my mommy.
This is what she does. The next tip number 9, is match your eyebrows to your wig. I use this tip all the time, so it's going at most often. If you can see my eyebrows. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. But it doesn't look bad when I have the wig. You know, it looks fine, okay? I'm looking off to the side so you can see my eyebrows, but Zenitsu has yellow in the front and then orange in the back for his eyebrows. Let me fix my wig real quick so you don't have to look at that chankies. From here, it looks nicer as opposed to having like dark brown, black eyebrows. Tip number 10 is wearing jewelry. Wearing jewelry to spice up your cosplays just in general. I would put this at often because I typically I have 2 piercings. Used to have 3. The top one's closed up. Freaking sucks. You can kind of see the keloid, the scar that I got from it. You can really see it in my first video if you go to that. But I have 2 piercings on each side, and I have these black hoops that I typically wear, and I typically just don't take them out when I cosplay, either because I forget or I just think it looks nice. I remember a while ago I'd cosplay Hanako-kun, and I used to always leave earrings in for Hanako-kun. In fact, I'd pick out earrings for Hanako-kun because I just liked how they made my cosplay look. But yeah, I don't use it too often, so I'd say it's going too often, not most often. And just in general, I think that I particularly like having jewelry that is accurate to the character. So if it's a part of the character, then yeah, I'll make the jewelry. But if it's not, I'll maybe leave earrings in. Other than that, I won't go farther. I personally don't want to. Or like rings. I personally hate rings. The feeling of rings on my hands. So I will not be doing the jewelry thing too often. Tip 11 is face taping. To make your face look more structured and sculpted, people use tape. They take tape and pull it from around here on your jaw and up, and they put it up in their wig, and then they put their wig over top and you can't see it because of the hair here and just the wig cap in general. I don't do this. I've never done it. I don't plan to try. I like my face how it is with the baby chub, and then I got somewhat of a jawline. I like to think I have a jawline at least. So I will put this at least often. I do not do this. If you want to, you could probably find a good tutorial, just tape and face taping. Maybe like drag. If you can't find anyone particularly for cosplay makeup, look to drag makeup and you'll find a pretty good video tutorial. Tip number 12 is brow blocking. This is gonna go again in least often. I've done this once or twice. I don't really plan to do it again just because I already have half of my eyebrows shaved off. That's a whole other story. It's a lot easier to make different eyebrow shapes with these types of brows. It's easier to make different shapes when you have half of your eyebrows. I have the front half of my eyebrows, so I can make them any crazy arch or straight across and whatnot. In this case, I can make two tails with orange. It's a lot smoother. But brow blocking, if you want to have your full eyebrow and you have big chonky messy brows, big chonky boys, if you got them big boy brows, you got them Adonis, you got them red pilled Adonis brows, then I would suggest brow blocking, especially if you're going for a more delicate look. There are specific tutorials for just brow blocking up there. You just type in brow blocking to YouTube, I'm sure you can find it. It's basically you glue your eyebrows, you take layers of glue and makeup, and your eyebrows disappear, and then you can draw them over top of them. That's what brow blocking is. Weathering is when you make a cosplay or a prop look used or dirty, or kind of battered up, like it's actually been in battle. I have tried this for a whole cosplay before and I didn't particularly like the look of it, so I'm gonna put this in least often. I'll still do it from time to time, but I prefer to do it for props. In my last video, I showed a prop that I made and I used black paint to make it look more accentuated. I used hot glue gun to put dents in it, so you can get a look at that in my first video. I'll link that. I'll also link it below. Tip number 14 is buying yourself a pair of colored contacts. These colored contacts I got, I don't remember where I get them, and I don't care where I got them. Any contact places want to sponsor me, I will use your contacts and put them in my little YouTube video, so maybe you should sponsor me. And I'll use your contacts. Colored contacts. I use this tip all the time. I love how colored contacts make my costume look complete. It really elevates the look to me. So I would put colored contacts at most often. I use them most often. False lashes, or doing something to your lashes in general, whether it's mascara or false lashes, I'd say I lump tip number 15 together, lashes and mascara. I'm going to put this at most often. Most often I will do something to my lashes. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those guys who was gifted with luscious lashes. I used to pull them out as a kid. So I will use mascara, usually a brown mascara, because I don't like how black mascara makes them look so big. But if I'm really going for huge lashes, for example, if I'm cosplaying CL, he has some big old anime eyes, and I will use fake lashes and I will use black mascara as well. Tip number 16 is nails. Painting your nails, gluing on fake nails. For me, I have to put it at least often because I don't personally paint my nails. I don't really like the look of it. I would probably do this maybe for Sukuna, if I cosplayed Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, but other than that, I do not think that I will be using this just day to day for a regular character to spice up my look. I will use it for specific characters if they have specific nails that I think would be enhanced by fake nails, or painting my nails. Ew, that's gross. Okay. Mind focus. My ear. Shave my ear. There she is. Have you ever wanted to ask a cosplayer a specific question you have about cosplay? Well, in my last video, I answered Google's most asked questions about cosplay. And if you happen to have any more questions about cosplay, you can put them in the comments below of that video, and I'm trying to gather them. And if I gather enough, I'm going to make a follow-up video to that one, answering all of your questions in the comments. And for more cosplay related content, you can you can subscribe, first of all, or you can follow all of my social medias where I'll post a bunch of cosplay content there as well. Yay!